I don't let him go anywhere. I don't know. He wants to go play over there. Well, you can't play over there. You gotta find your bathroom.
There he is. What's going on, man? Thought I'd live stream. My first real live stream. Testing it out, see how it's going. YouTuber who told me that they will throttle the data if you're downloading video onto YouTube. So I don't know about this, but I guess I'll find out. So this is the Hollywood Brown Derby, not the original one. There were two in California, and I actually met the original owner of one of them by accident. Just about a mile away from my house at the Dunkin' Donuts. The little guy. I had
Is that good?
having some coffee, and he told me who he was, and while he was talking to me and telling me who he was, I looked him up, and sure enough, it was him. And we actually got his phone number and everything, which is pretty cool. He wasn't very happy about the deal that went through when Disney bought. I probably shouldn't say that, should I? Scratch that. So I rode Rise of the Resistance. It's a great ride. One of the best. I mean, it's incredible. Besides the Avatar ride. And I rode the other Star Wars ride. Really good. Had a lot of fun doing it. Just fun to get away for half a day and come out and do this. This Chinese theater is full scale, and it's, from what I hear, it's very, very accurate. So the details that they did on this are precisely the way it is in Hollywood. I mean, all of that, all the detail, an exact duplicate. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty cool how they did that. And you'll see right here, you got Jerry Lewis, who was here in April of '96, Bob Hope, Jim Henson, and Dustin Hoffman. Now let's see who else we got. Macaulay Culkin. Steve Martin. Ray Liotta. I know he passed away a couple years ago, I think. Carol Burnett. Lily Tomlin. Bette Midler. Pat Boone. Let me know how this live stream is looking on your screens. Look at that detail. So yeah, this is at Hollywood Studios. I'll take you guys over to this
I said, well, I hope everything comes out of
museum, Walt Disney's museum.
No, give it back.
So Greg, you can shoot a lot of content out here. There's always something to shoot. I've been out here a bunch of times and I never have done the same video yet. It's not too crowded here today. It might look like it, but it's not been too bad. I mean, it's a little busy. I know it's about to pick up because spring break is right at the doorstep. All this used to be part of a backlot tour. So when it first opened back in 1990, there was this tram tour you would take, and it would go back towards some kind of like canyon and, you know, water, catastrophe, fire. It was pretty cool. I liked it. They did away with that. It was also, you know, it was the backlot tour, which is what it was called. And they would show you special effects, props, actual real props from movies, big things, you know, stuff that big props and all kind of cool stuff like that. So it was pretty neat. So I like this museum because it's they tip the hat to Walt Disney himself, which is good that they do that. Walt Disney, one man's dream, relive the adventure from Mickey Mouse to the Magic Kingdoms. It just shows pictures when he was young, shooting film, making movies. There's a classic picture. And this picture was actually taken in his house, which is I believe this was the house that was close to Anaheim. I could be wrong, but I know it was in California. I've seen video of people actually gone to the house and posed for this picture, and tried to do the same pose and in the same doorway. I guess that's the thing. So we're about to walk inside the museum. I'll show you guys some artifacts. So this is Walt's school desk from his elementary years. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a replica. The actual one is in Marceline, I think Marceline, Missouri? But this is an exact replica of it, from what I understand. And this is an original model from 1954, just how it was used by the Imagineers before they built Disneyland. And this is what they wanted it to look like. This is what Walt wanted it to look like, which was a throwback to where he grew up in Marceline. So it was modeled after the town that he grew up in, Marceline, Missouri. Yep, that's it. But Walt only lived in Marceline, Missouri for 4 years. For 4 years of his childhood, he never lost touch with the charms of life in a turn-of-the-century American town. In the years ahead, Walt would often dream of recreating for himself and others that simpler world. 1906. So that's what it looked like in 1906. This is the brothers, Roy and Walt, 1917. And here's an early animation table, authentic one used by the animators in the late 1920s, 1928. Here's an animation layout desk from the 1940s. One, and this is pretty cool. This is Walt's actual travel trunk. So this was a large suitcase that he used, and you can see his initials. Let me see it up, but this was his travel case he used when he traveled the world. Got a lot of his inspiration and ideas for all kind of films, TV shows, and attractions, just from his experiences around the world. I think I like this live streaming thing. Gives me more time just to be able to talk about some of that was given to Walt Disney at the Academy Awards, I believe. Or this was ones that he would award to his own people. Let me see. I need my glasses. Walt Disney won a record number of Academy Awards during his career, but he created his own version of the Oscar Award statue to honor the people who made the greatest contributions to Walt Disney Productions. Okay, so this is what he awarded to his employees, people that work for him. Walt Disney actually built this himself. Greeny's cabin. I think he was trying to experiment with miniatures for a TV show, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty cool. I didn't know he had these kind of talents, but apparently he was good at this kind of stuff too. So he built that apparently by himself. That's what it says here. Hand built by Walt Disney himself. This animated diorama was based on a scene from So Dear to My Heart and was an early attempt at dimensional storytelling. He also built this. So this was hand built by Walt Disney himself. Yeah, Greg, man, I think you would not run out of content. All it took was just a little bit of research. I've just read a lot about him. I watched a lot of documentaries, and so I've learned a lot about Walt and his life. So it's a really interesting guy. Very, very unique. Very interesting. Excuse me. Designed the parks and things like that. Here's one that was built in, I believe, the early 1950s before they built Disneyland, just to provide a layout. So this thing is pretty old, but somebody kept it in good shape. They kept it up. So this is what the park looked like when it first opened. A lot of detail there.
Where does he get that from?
There's some motion picture props used in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So these were from 1954 from the movie. And I remember watching this movie as a kid, and I really liked it a lot. I think the octopus thing scared me. And I remember riding the ride at Walt Disney World when I was a kid with my family, and I hated the part when that octopus would grab a hold of the sub. It'd scare the daylights out of me when I was a kid. This was Cinderella Castle from the Imagineer collection from 1971. So this was apparently designed before they built this model, of course, before they built the actual castle. And it's the castle itself is based upon a castle, I believe, in Bavaria, if I want to say. And I cannot pronounce the castle's name. It starts with an N. I apologize for not being able to pronounce it, but it's a long name. You know how those Europeans are with long names. So that's kidding. Don't want to offend anyone out there, but I also have a long last name, which is European. So that's oh, this is pretty cool right here. So this is an actual animatronic figure, Abraham Lincoln, originally used at the World's Fair, and I believe this was in 1964, 1965. This thing is really tall. It's like 9 feet tall, 8 feet tall. I don't know. It's a really big animatronic figure. So, pretty neat. You can read that. I'll read it for you. The 16th President of the United States was brought to life at the Illinois Pavilion at the 1964-65 New York World's Fair. There were numerous technical challenges, but once great moments with Mr. Lincoln was ready, it was a sensation, a truly breathtaking new form of animation. And this is the control console, control board that would run, I believe, just one figure. Maybe more. Let me see. Each knob on this programming console controls an individual motion on an animated figure, such as an arm or a head. Lighting and audio effects could be controlled from this board. So maybe that was just for one figure. That's what it... Can you imagine to have all those figures running at the same time? You guys remember that movie? I do. 40,000 Leagues Under the Sea. All the stuff I remember growing up with. Remember this movie? Swiss Family Robinson. Fantasia. Pinocchio. It was rocking because it's really windy. And it was rocking back and forth. You can get a little crazy. Not crazy, but a little wild. I missed the Indiana Jones stunt spectacular today. It's pretty good. If you've never seen it before, I recommend watching it. This is the exit or entrance. And what's interesting about this is every building that you see is based upon an actual building in Hollywood. The Max Factor building, all these old buildings from the 1940s, the historic ones that just have so much history from old Hollywood. These are a smaller scale, but they're built exactly like the ones in Hollywood. And this is a statue which is really easy to look past, but I believe Adam Maloob had mentioned that this is like the last. It's like when this was going to be a possible movie studio. This is kind of like the last thing that they really haven't taken down, kind of as a homage to MGM Studios, and they left this plaque here too. MGM is the MGM Studios. The world you have entered was created by the Walt Disney Company and is dedicated to Hollywood. Not a place on the map, but a state of mind that exists wherever people dream and wonder and imagine. A place where illusion and reality are fused by technological magic. We welcome you to a Hollywood that never was and always will be. Michael Eisner, May 1st, 1989. Pretty interesting that they left that. That's cool though. I'm glad they did leave that. Yeah, Jeremy, I don't know about getting on the Tower of Terror, man. I've done it a few times, but yeah, that's not on the agenda today. That is funny though. Tower of Terror. I haven't ridden that one in probably 5 years. It's not one I typically go on. I've been on it a few times. Bubbles blowing in my face. I've done what do you call it? The Aerosmith roller coaster. I don't ride that one anymore, man. I just can't do it anymore. It started giving me a headache and stuff, so I stopped doing that a while back too. Yeah, all these buildings. Are based on actual ones. But Jeremy, I'm doing this just for you. There's Tower of Terror.
May I have your attention, please? Due to unforeseen circumstances, this performance of Phantasmic will not be presented. We apologize for any inconvenience and thank you for your patience.
Yeah, about to say, yeah, you're right. I mean, it would be if I could get lights in it. I'm sure someone's filmed it. But yeah, I need a GoPro for that because it's hard to hold on to this stuff. I got a gimbal that I'm using, so it's hard to hold on to on these rides. I did it on that Star Wars ride, Rise of the Resistance. I did hold this gimbal and I filmed the whole thing. It turned out pretty good. I was really happy with that. I wasn't sure if it would, but it turned out really good. So I'm really happy about that. Check it out. It's one of my videos, probably about 10 videos ago or something. So yeah, that's Tower of Terror, Hollywood Tower Hotel. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way out of this park, and I am going to head back over to Epcot. And finish out the evening there. So man, I want to thank you guys for coming along. I'll catch up with y'all later. Have a good night. Here's some bonus footage. Oh, by the way, Greg, if you did get an annual pass, I would recommend getting the cheapest one, which is, it's called the Pixie Dust Pass, which is, it's about $400. You can come here Monday through Friday to all 4 parks, includes parking. It's a pretty good deal. All the concerts, all that is included. The concerts are about to start up in a few days, and it's really good. So I do love that about the concerts. You just never know where you're going to end up when you're on my channel. All right, guys, y'all have a good night. We'll talk to you later.